Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
It's 10 p.m. Time for the Good Life Radio Show with John Robert Quinn and Ben Godinez. And me, I'm Chris Rakelski. The Good Life Radio Show is sponsored by Pest Control Center. Now, welcome to the show.
Stop text messaging your insurance agent while I'm on the air. Charlie. Welcome to the Good Life Radio Show. I'm your co-host and Insurance 101 guy, Ben Godinez.
And I'm John Robert Quinn. Hi.
That's not the man, the myth, the legend.
I'm legendary.
And we're here on our part 2 segment of Hard Work Pays Off with Chris Chin.
How you guys doing?
You know what's so ironic? This is incredible stuff. So last week, we had part 1, and we all showed up for the recording today wearing exactly the same outfits as we wore last week.
I didn't even think about that. Wow. It just so happened that we all... What are the chances of that?
I don't know.
All
It's
selected
crazy.
the same. It was laundry day, so...
Must have been. I'm even wearing skivvies.
You're wearing your skivvies too?
I'm wearing the skivvies.
I need another pair, man. I gave one away before I used them. Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what skivvies are.
Maddie, they're men's
like
boxers that are just amazing. Like they are the epitome of amazing.
Watch the skivvy episode with Maddie Sill where we were talking.
Yeah.
So he brought us. He comes on the show. You know, he's a pilot. He works with everybody.
Yeah.
He's doing a reality show now with Korn or something. I mean, he's doing stuff.
Yeah.
But he comes in, he brings us the Mentum sunglasses, and he brings us skivvies, which are companies owned by the guys, creators of Meta Militia.
Yeah.
And those are like the best underwear I've ever had.
Well, it was funny that the day that he brought us that stuff, I go and meet up with a friend afterwards, and I don't know why, but he happened to be complaining about his boxers that day, and I had them in my car. I'm like, dude, he's like, hey, these things
Man,
suck,
what kind of a conversation are you having where he's going to complain about his
Yeah, they're
boxers?
wedgie, all right? It happened. Get a grip over there,
Oh,
quick.
my
So I was
goodness.
like, I have the best boxers in the world, and I happen to have 2 pairs.
Wow. So part 2. So in part 1, we talked with Chris Chin about some of the stuff he's doing. He's a young guy who's working his way up in the world, but he's already hitting successful points in his life. You're working with the Raiders, you're working with the 40 Winers, you're working with the Golden State Warriors and
Yes.
the Sacramento Kings.
Yes. All 4 of those
Are losing teams.
Well, the Golden State Warriors.
No, hell, the Warriors right now, as of
They are the last team
The
to
10th.
have a perfect record.
yeah,
Really?
Yes,
Absolutely.
They're going for that 2-peat.
Woo!
Back to Golden
they're
State.
trying to do the Giants thing where they're gonna 3-peat it in 5 years.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. They're gonna be in the championship.
Golden State is the team right now. The team.
Absolutely.
Never ever take sporting advice from me.
Yeah, please.
Because I am a Colorado Rockies fan.
Case in point. Just
We
stop
have
right there.
won 4 games ever.
Better than nothing.
And you got rid of your best shortstop in the game, Tulowitzki. Anyway,
But
so
yeah.
hard work pays off. That's our segment today. We talked last week about where you start and how you finish, and obviously listening to the Good Life Radio Show. That's why we got connected here with Chris Chin. He listens to our show, and he's a young entrepreneur himself, and he's doing it. He's grinding. He's DJing. He's performing, and yet you're just an average Joe. You're working at In-N-Out Burger.
Yes.
But you're on the road to success, and you're hungry for
and
more.
you're working with some of the biggest names in the industry. You're touching the right people.
Yes.
You're doing the right things. You're building a resume, a portfolio of everything. You're following your dream, following your passion. Our show is all about, where do you see yourself at the end of the road? But at the same time, did you follow the plan according to what's in your heart? When you get up in the morning, are you doing what you love to do?
Right.
I mean, it's
And you're doing it, man. Like that. What other 22-year-old can say that they've been on the radio twice, let alone once?
yeah, we're in the same outfit.
Yeah.
It's classy.
So you have a BIM for us.
I do have a Ben's inspirational moment.
Ben's inspirational moment.
It
So
came to me while I was on vacation
Okay.
in Arizona,
okay.
and it goes like this. Except this one's not going to be all foofy and fluffy. I'm going to go off on a rant on this. All right. So my mom meets me out in Arizona, and we had a lot of time to talk about family history and just about where I'm at and like where I came from. And I came to realize that I'm a third-generation immigrant. My grandfather came over from Mexico, which I knew. Didn't really put it
Your
together.
last name's Godinez.
Yeah.
Duh.
Right? But
You were born
I'm
in
a
a
whitey,
taqueria.
so I'm the biggest aspect of my heritage is Mexican. Everything else is like an eighth or less of. Like I'm a 32nd Danish or whatever. Right? Anyway, so the point is, I'm talking to her about
I'm
this.
so hungry. I could totally use a Danish right now.
I could probably use some Maggiano's right now. So I got the story really of my grandfather, because I never got to meet my grandfather and my grandmother on my dad's side. They passed away early on. But I am a product of a third generation immigrant. And what did he do to put me where I'm at today, right? It all starts from how you were raised, you know? And they did a great job. So the first thing that he did was he came to this country and learned English. Okay? He indwelt himself in the community. He went to classes, and he forgot that, you know, he spoke Spanish. He only spoke English
Let me
when he
ask you
came here.
something. Was your grandfather bald?
No, he wasn't. He had a full head of hair.
Okay.
I say that I just aged quicker than everybody else, and I lost my hair at 21. Anyway, he worked at a minimum wage job to start out, but he didn't stay there. He didn't expect that that was going to support his living, like some other folks nowadays do. He met she was a French and Irish woman, my grandmother Beverly, and they eventually wed, and he became a citizen. They had 3 kids, and he started a business. Once he had saved up some money, lived below their means, he started a restaurant, which I just looked up is still in business, called Juarez Restaurant in Berkeley.
Wow.
It's still there. Him and his sister Trini started this restaurant, and they went in on it. And you know, he was probably in his late 20s, early 30s when he started this restaurant, but he moved here when he was young.
Which is, again, our listener.
Right.
Your prime right
Yep.
there.
Yep.
And it became very successful. Then he used some of those funds to buy a wrecking yard in Oakland, and it was just a plot of land basically. And he'd just go around and pick up junk cars,
It's still there?
and he would tow them there. It's still there. It's pick your part.
Gosh, that's incredible. I love it.
And the thing that's incredible about this is that he didn't keep all the money for himself and within his, you know, he didn't send it back to Mexico and expect it to, you know, and support his family down in Mexico. No, he started his family here, and my family didn't speak Spanish, even though they were first generation born here in the United States, but none of them spoke Spanish. They indwelt themselves in the community, and after they attained their citizenship, they are now an American citizen. My father and my aunt who I never met, and uncle are American citizens. They never knew their quote unquote heritage, although there may have been some traditions. But they worked their way up from the ground up, and they taught their kids how to do the same thing. They worked hard, started a minimum wage job, and Mickey, my aunt that I never met also, she started her own restaurant called the Blue Lagoon, and that closed down, but the establishment is still there. She sold it off. And my dad, also independent, he bought and sold cars for a living, and he became a tradesman mechanic, making decent money. But the point here is that on one end, he didn't start with a minimum wage job and expect that to be his career. He didn't want government help. He didn't want people to give him handouts. He learned skills, a trade, and got good at it. And then he used his money. He was smart with his money, lived below his means, and bought multiple and started and bought multiple businesses.
Yeah.
And he moved on. And then when he met, actually his second wife, he continued to own businesses. And then on my mom's side, she did the same thing. They were my great grandmother came over from England, moved to Canada as soon as she turned 18. She just moved down here on a whim to California, started working at a candy shop. Her whole first paycheck went to paying for her uniform, and she found a way to make a living. Her sister moved down here, and she got married and had kids, and she taught them the same thing. Start at the bottom. That's okay. But you learn the skills to move up and out.
Absolutely.
And you need to be a student of what you're doing so that you can master your craft and pass that legacy on.
Yeah.
And that legacy doesn't have to be fame and fortune.
No. It has to be the good life, and whatever that good life is to you. Everybody has a different definition of the good life. What is it?
Exactly.
We're going to get deeper into this here. Hard work pays off here in our second segment. We'll be right back.
Stay with us on the Good Life Radio Show.
creating better business. It's the Good Life Radio Show, sponsored by Pest Control Center.
Welcome back to the Good Life Radio Show. I'm your Insurance 101 guy, Ben Godinez.
And I'm John Robert Quinn.
The man, the myth, the legend with
You got it, baby.
1,001 voices, apparently.
Yeah,
And we're here with our special guest, Chris Chin, DJ Half and Half in the house.
that's right.
DJ half and
That is
half. He looks like a little garbage can on Denny's table.
Oh man.
You've got the like the sumo wrestler haircut thing going on
Yes,
for it, and it works.
Yeah, it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been told by quite a few people that I can at least pull it off, but I'm really doing it just for kind of getting back to my Asian roots.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what? I like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
I got my tattoo. Same thing. I got a tattoo. It's my family crest, my last name.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
I got
He has a
that.
T-shirt that he wears with a big red dot on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Japanese.
That,
huh?
yeah, that's
That's
Japan.
Japanese, yeah.
I speak Japanese though, so
Yeah.
hey, there you go. Like, man,
Okay.
I still appreciate that.
It's our own little like Mark Zuckerberg. All right, so let's see here. So let me ask you, Ben, what does hard work paying off mean to you? Is it the gratification?
Yeah, it's not for me. It's not the financial reward or gain. It's that I put in 110% effort. When I was away in Arizona a couple weeks ago for my baseball tournament, we played 5 games in 3 days, full 9-inning, fast pitch, wood bat baseball. Right? I have never played more than 3 games in a given week, let alone 5 games in 3 days. And I was at the last game. And it was at the Reds and Indians spring training field, and I'm exhausted. Our arms are hanging, right? We're losing the game, and I just remember thinking about 5th inning. I was like, whether we win or lose, am I gonna give it everything that I've got? I can lay on the field afterwards, exhausted and just tore up. And even if we lose the game, did I give it 110%? And that's all you can ask of yourself, because the rewards will come if you give it 110% every time. And
Yes.
I woke up the next day because I was feeling pretty bad afterwards. Like we lost the game, we lost the championship, but the next day, how sore I was, I remembered that I did give it 110%. I couldn't have given it another ounce. Like I gave it everything that I had, and that's what paying it off means to me when you talk about hard work.
When you go to build something, whatever it is,
Yeah.
let's say you're going to build, let's say I were to build a barn. Number one, I can't use a hammer without smashing my thumb. But let's say I were to build a barn,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I gave it my all. At the end of the day, you look at that barn and you are proud of the work that you did, because you did, and it probably took you 10 times as long as anybody else,
Right.
but you did it and you were proud at the end result. However, let's say you built that same barn and you gave it 50%, and the barn turned out great.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to turn around and you're going to go, I could have done a heck of a lot more.
Right.
Yeah.
I could have added this. I could have done this. That's the way we do. That's the way we all should be doing everything. The problem is that Americans are lazy.
Yeah. Well, just imagine on that barn, giving 100%. How many more years are you going to get out of that barn as opposed to giving it 50%? You might have
Exactly.
skipped over something,
Yeah.
a nail not
It
put in
might
all the
look
way.
it might look good, but it might just be a hunk of junk.
Yeah.
Right. Might be an empty shell.
Yeah.
There certainly is a difference between being critical of yourself on one hand, right? Like I'm very critical of myself, and being competitive.
Yeah.
So if you're
He
comparing,
has to make sure that his hair is perfect. Yeah, that hairline has to exceed.
it started about right here.
Well, it matches your jawline is what it does. It just goes.
Just one crown all the way around.
If you just grow it out, you'll look like, Mufasa.
Yeah, I could do that. I'm about this close to just going completely bald and just growing a fat beard.
Lumberjack.
After seeing Drake the other day at the Kings game, I was
Yeah.
like, that looks good. I think I could pull that off.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, back to my point. So my point about being critical and being competitive is
Oh wow.
there's certainly something to be said about being competitive, and I'm very competitive. But if I compare my results to other people, that's not necessarily going to improve me, because I might be the best at what I do on the softball field, right? I might be pretty good.
Yeah.
But if I'm comparing myself to someone that doesn't really play baseball and, they're doing less than what I do, then I'm not really improving.
Yeah.
So if I'm critical of myself and making sure that I'm putting forth the best effort and that I'm making sure that I'm doing all the right things, then I'm going to continuously improve.
Oh yeah.
So that's my point about hard work pays off, is that if you can continuously work on yourself and your skills and apply that to yourself, then the results will come. And that's what's rewarding at the end of the day.
Yeah.
What's your definition?
You work hard now, and it's going to pay off in the end. I mean, whether
But there's a lot of people, though. I'm gonna beat you up on this one. There's a lot of people that are working hard wrong. They're working hard, but they're not working smart. And I
Yeah.
know a lot of people that don't have anything to show for their 50, 60, 70 years on this planet that are still working harder than everybody else.
Yeah. Well, nowadays, at least for my generation, it's not really about that whole college degree anymore, because that's not guaranteeing
No,
anybody a
it's
job.
not.
It's really about who you know, because the connects are gonna get you that job.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm putting myself out there as much as I can, advertising myself, blowing my name up, and that's what's giving me that success. It's not overnight, but within a couple weeks or a couple months, maybe even a year or two, I'm still getting these offers to come play at games,
Exactly.
Which I never thought I was gonna do. Starting back from high school,
You can't solicit that type of business. You can't just call the arena and go, "Hey, I want to do." That's invitation only. That's all. Were you gonna say something, Steve?
I was just going to throw in, I heard a statistic from a missionary a couple of years back. The global standard for wealth, all right? 2 changes of clothes, all right? Wow. How blessed we are in America, and we are so the top
Yeah.
percentage of people in the world. When you look at, the majority of the people in the world are poor. We're not poor. We have a great life. We've got oceans on both sides of our country. We were so blessed to be born here and to be able to grow up here.
Yeah.
My father used to say to me when I was a child, whenever I do work, I learned my work ethic essentially from my father, was do it as unto the God. Do it as unto the Lord, and you will always do a good job. All right? And that was the standard essentially that I was raised with, was do it like you're doing it for God.
You know,
Yeah.
And you'll always do a good job.
my
That's
uncle
good
told me
word.
maybe about 10 years ago. He says Sacramento is the best place in the world to live.
Wow.
He said Sacramento is the best place to live. And he says this is why. He says America is the best place to live, the best country. California is the greatest state. And Sacramento is the greatest city.
Mm-hmm.
And he says we don't have earthquakes here. We
Right.
don't have tornadoes here.
Won't have a hurricane.
We all have jobs here.
There was a tornado warning just the other day.
Yeah, last night. Yeah, there was no tornado. I saw a funnel cloud, but there's no tornado. Everybody has a job. There's great weather. It gets a little warm. Oh gosh. Oh no, 105. I don't know what I'm
For
gonna do.
1 week of the year.
2
yeah.
rivers.
It's
Mountains?
It's the best place in the world to live.
I believe that.
I think he's spot on.
Yeah.
I'm going to think about it. I think he is, given that I've lived in the Bay Area my entire life and moved up here.
Well,
It's
so what's our
affordable.
other option? L.A. L.A. sucks.
It's
It's pretty.
And it's,
Yeah.
yeah, smoggy.
Pretty.
For like
smells,
3
it's
blocks.
Expensive. Yeah, right.
Unless you're fortunate enough to live in Beverly Hills, L.A. sucks.
Right.
And
Yeah.
in Sacramento, they complain sometimes, the true Sacramentans, that they almost feel disrespected because we say, well, this is a great place to live because we're, an hour and a half from Lake Tahoe, we're an hour from San Francisco, that this is the place where you get off to go other places.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more than that. It is just, you said it, it's a wonderful place to live.
It's a centered point. I think the only thing that Sacramento is missing is rain.
Right now. Well, yeah, it's
I
coming.
mean, we got El Nino,
it's coming.
yeah, but we've got Folsom Pond up the road there. I mean, but in terms of the good life, we've got it made here. We
Yeah.
really do. And the Good Life Radio Show, we're the only radio show in the evening in the greatest place in the world. Tell me that's not awesome.
Yeah.
We're the
fired up.
only radio show on in the evening. It's the Tonight Show of Sacramento
Yeah.
That's right. And we got a
in the
DJ
greatest
in
place in
house.
the world.
The
Done.
nightlife is crazy.
Absolutely. So, program schedule. You want to tune into the Good Life Radio Show Monday through Friday. Tune in. Go to opera.com, AWEPRA, opera.com, and click on program schedule. And we have all the way through all of the different episodes for the previous episodes, and then, of course, the upcoming episodes are available on there. Is your business ready for the holidays? I mean, that's a question you're going to have to answer for yourself. Are you may have the Christmas tree up already. You may have stockings up over your little fireplace in your business or whatever, over your cash register. The bottom line, though, is have you set money aside? Have you started your marketing campaign for the holidays? I can tell you right now, if you're kind of questioning, okay, I'm not sure, I ask you one point-blank question. I'm asking every single person that owns a business in the Sacramento region. We go all the way down to Vacaville. So I'm asking a lot of people right now, 1 million people a month. I'm asking you, are you going to have a successful holiday season? Are you going to have successful sales? If you are not sure, chances are it's no.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're not sure that your numbers are going to be spot on, that your numbers, you're going to hit your target number, you're not doing what you need to do. I can tell you right now, the Good Life Radio Show, we know exactly where we are. We know exactly where we're going to be come January 1.
We're not taking the rest of the year off.
Exactly.
We will take the given time off for the holidays and spend time with family.
We
but
are amping up our marketing efforts to help you build your business. Call me right now. 916-289-3710. 916-289-3710. My name is Quinn. I'll answer the phone. I'll sit down with you. I'll go into your business. We'll sit down and figure out a marketing strategy that's going to work for you in order for you to see the results that you need to see over the next 45, 60 days. Okay? With social media marketing, website marketing, branding, radio. I have access to other radio stations if you need me to put you on other stations. We'll sit down and figure out a strategy that's going to be beneficial to increase your book of business. And I don't care what kind of business we're talking. I'm telling you right now, Black Friday is not all about big screen TVs and hot tubs.
Nope.
Okay? Black Friday, massage people. You're a massage therapist. I can tell you right now, if my wife put a massage thing in my stocking, that's a heck of a lot better than a new cell phone.
yeah.
Okay? Mentoring, life coaching,
Right.
getting you ready for your 2016. Whatever you have to offer, there are people that want what you have. We
Yeah.
will help you reach those people. 1 million people a month is what we're touching now between our website, social media, and radio marketing. It's incredible the things that we're doing. We're going to go to a commercial break. We're going to come right back with Hard Work Pays Off Part 2.
Stay with us on the Good Life Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Good Life Radio Show with John Robert Quinn and Ben Godinez, sponsored by Pest Control Center.
Welcome back to the Good Life Radio Show. I am your co-host, Ben Godinez, your Insurance 101 guy, and
John Robert Quinn?
the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're here with our special guest, Chris Chin, on our round 2 of Hard Work Pays Off.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Pretty good, man. This
How
guy
y'all
is
doing?
this guy is the epitome
Did
of
you-
working hard.
Did I have you heard the story about what I did to Jules at Leatherby's?
No, what happened?
So there was, did you hear the whole story about Michael Ray when he said, yes, ma'am to her?
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay, so we went to Leatherby's the other night, and I'll just a real brief story. There was a cute guy. She like totally was like, oh, and turned around and walked away. So I asked, I said, are you serving? He said, yeah. I said, where are you? I'm over here. I said, all right, dude, we got to sit in your section. So I told him, I said, hey, how would you like to make $10 right now? He's all, how would I do that? I said, just look at her right in the eye and just say, yes, ma'am, with like a country accent. He's like, no. I'm like, just do it. And he did it. It was awesome. She was so embarrassed. She got up, went into the bathroom. She came out. Her makeup and hair was done. Awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So yeah, you got to do it to her.
Oh,
Totally,
jeez.
dude. Yeah, you
Great.
totally got to do it. And she's gonna know that I put you up to it. Awesome, totally awesome.
Okay.
So, I go into In-N-Out, and you poke your head around the corner, and you're like, "Dude, I listen to your show. Yeah." Why do you listen?
Being as young as I am, I'm trying to make my mark now, so that my life is a little bit easier in the end. I'm trying to make sure that all the other people that are 21, 22, that I've got that upper hand in society. I'm trying to make more money. I'm trying to be more successful, and give me 20, 30 years, house, couple cars, nice woman by my side.
Okay,
couple
so-
I
kids.
think 5 years personally.
Yeah, so I'm gonna beat you up again. Ready?
Yeah.
There's a lot of other radio shows. Why are you listening to this radio show instead of the other radio shows?
This radio show is giving me more substance towards how to make my life better, how to get more out of my life, make it more enjoyable, make it easier to live, make it more comfortable, just what I'm doing with my life, smarter business decisions, smarter job applications, who I'm getting connected with.
Love it.
And a lot
That's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
That's exactly
That's
why.
rewarding.
And this is from the horse's mouth. And no, I didn't pay him to say that.
but a lot of other people, my age, not as successful. Why? Because they're not taking what the more successful people
Our
in the area
show's
are giving
edgy.
to them.
It's different. It's kind of like taking Glenn Beck and Rob Arney and Don and just kind of mushing them together.
That was
You were
the
going to
idea.
say something, Steve? You were going to kind of chime in there?
I was going to say quintessential.
Oh, hey, that's a hashtag for your
Yep, there
clothing
you
line.
Oh, it's quintessential.
Hashtag quintessential.
Love it. I am quintessential. I'm fabulous.
And fabulous.
So, that's straight from the horse's mouth. I'm not saying you look like a horse or anything, but no, people tell me that the listening demographic on Business Talk Radio is a bunch of old men.
A lot of them are.
My niece
During
and
the day.
nephew, 2 years old and 6 years old, they listen to the show. Why? Because it's funny. They're not getting anything educational from the show. It's entertaining to them. They like to hear people laugh. They have no idea what we're talking about, I'm sure. But they like to hear Uncle Quinn laugh on the air.
Yeah.
The point is that those are the new future fans of the show. Those are the future listeners. And as soon as they start to understand the things, I can tell you right now, when a Carrie Underwood song comes on, my little 6-year-old niece knows every single word to that song. When they're listening to the show, they're learning what we're saying.
Yeah, and they're
Okay.
learning how to talk for sure. But not to exclude the older crowd too. I have 50-plus-year-olds that comment on how much they love the show because it's different. It's not dry. We have fun. We banter back and forth.
Well, Steve, the producer, he tells us he listens to us before he goes to bed at night. That was a little late. Oh my gosh.
I had to find it. That's the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's
awesome.
Now we got sound effects in our show.
Where's my little cue over here? I want access to all these
Yeah,
different sounds like
yeah,
Rob
exactly.
Arney.
Yeah, he's
Rob,
supposed to
everyone
push
and Don.
buttons. But no, but you're exactly right. We're hitting such a wide spectrum of listeners. This is again what makes the show successful. I don't know how many times I have to tell people. I shouldn't have to tell people. They should just be paying attention. There's nothing else on in the evenings that is like this anywhere.
Or as much social media marketing as we do. I mean, that's where we're getting the majority of our hits.
We launched the show 17 weeks ago. 17 weeks. Put that into perspective. What is that? 3 months? 3.5 months?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's over 4 months.
4,300 likes on Facebook. 4,300 likes. You know how hard it is to get likes on a Facebook page? I know Facebook pages right now that have been around for a long time that have 150, 200 likes.
Well, the other Good Life radio shows when we started that are across the world have like a few hundred.
We
maybe a
took
few
the
thousand.
number one spot 6 weeks, 7 weeks into this thing. We took the number one spot in the world for the Good Life radio show. There's 5 Good Life radio shows in the world. We hesitated on whether we should even name it. I said, screw it. I'm just going to put them all out of business.
Yeah.
We dominate. Go to Google now, type in the Good Life radio show. We're number one.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. what do we offer? How can we help? We take small businesses and we help them grow from the bottom up. We start from their branding to their imaging to their website. I offer website packages within my company. We can help you build from a small website to a large, 50-page, 100-page website. It's going to cost you, but you will do it. And of course, all of the maintenance, hosting, software updates, all of those things. Brand marketing, social media marketing, geotagging. Just the list goes on and on and on, from your Facebook to your Twitter to your Instagram. We have all of those platforms, radio platforms, just across the board. We can do all of these things. And the sad part is people don't want to invest in themselves. 50% of small businesses don't have a website. 50% of small businesses don't have a website.
That's disgusting.
That's like not carrying a business card. That's like not having a cell phone. 50% don't have a website. For $100, I can get you a small one-page website. We can take your website, get it up onto Google and all these different social media platforms, search engines, get the backlinks on other websites, and start building that foundation for you to start marketing yourself in a whole nother spectrum. I can tell you right now, you build your business, you put it on the best street corner in the world, nobody's going to know where you are unless they drive by it.
Yep.
They're going to look for you on one place, Google.
Right.
One place. Google. And if you don't have a website, they're not going to find you.
Right. Well, that's why we've had so many special guests on our show that have seen growth in their business and are planning to come back on. Maddie Sill, Sandra Anderson,
Every guest
Ryan
we've
Mason.
ever had on the show wants to come back. Every single guest we've had on the show wants to come back. I don't want to put them on yet. I don't want to just keep having the same guests over and over again. But that says something. When the guest wants to come back onto the show, that means we did something special for them.
Yeah. And it's affordable. I can't believe how affordable it is, really. I mean, back in the day when I was slinging knives, Cutco, I wanted to have my face plastered all over all the bus stop. Mm-hmm. The bus stop things when they have a little face on there. Do you know how much one of those things are? And you can't just usually buy one. Usually they want to sell you, 5 or 6 at a time. They're literally tens of thousands of dollars for the year to have that thing plastered up on there.
You know how you do it,
12-month contract.
What you do is you don't have them do the back. You have them do the bench itself and have them put little knives on the seat.
Oh, that's what I should have done. Yeah, that would have been more cost effective.
Well, no, the stickers. It would have. No, the stickers. You put knife stickers on the bench, and then when they go to sit down on the bench, they go, and it triggers them. It triggers their thought, like, oh, there's a knife on my thing, on the thing, and then they see the backdrop, and then they remember it as, oh, this is the bus stop, because it's the same people that sit at those bus stops. And there's constantly butts in that seat, and they're constantly sitting on those little knives.
That's what JRQ can do for you. Creative marketing right there.
It's all thought. It's all a concept.
Yeah, but it doesn't take tens of thousands of dollars to advertise with the Good Life Radio Show.
No, it doesn't. We've got clients that are, $300, $400, $500 a month, and they're seeing huge results. I mean, we're pushing them through all of our social media streams, ins and outs of our shows, commercials, talking about them. They're coming on as guests. The Ryan Mason Money Minute. We're constantly recycling his content. There's a reason why they continue to write the check. Because of what we're doing. We can do the same thing for your business. I said it 2 weeks ago. I'll say it 3 weeks ago. I'll say it again. You've been listening to the show. You haven't heard your advertisement on the show yet. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
And if I remember correctly, the holidays are right around the corner.
They're here.
It's here and
Next
now.
week is Black Friday.
The next 45 days are the prime time to advertise.
That's it. So I can't tell you any other way. That's on you at this point. Are you working hard or are you working smart? We're going to go to a commercial break here. Come back and give you a little bit more food for thought.
Stay with us on the Good Life Radio Show.
Now, back to Ben and Quinn and the Good Life Radio Show. Brought to you by Pest Control Center.
Hi, welcome back to the Good Life Radio Show. I'm your Insurance 101 guy, Ben Godinez.
And I'm John Robert Quinn. Hi. And we have a special guest.
Hi, everybody. My name's Christopher Chin.
Christopher, your
Oh my
hair is so
gosh.
cute. Oh my goodness.
This is an amazing show.
Steve.
Oh my God.
Steve. We got him. We got him. We got him back. He flipped back in his chair.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Welcome back to the Good Life Radio
That was
Show.
so natural too. That's
know.
really scary. I think
It's
I'm going to be a
pretty
stylist.
I think so.
I'm going to become a hairstylist. Oh my gosh.
Actually, I need a stylist right now in my life because I actually have cut my hair the last 2 cycles through, and as you can see,
It gets a little high.
I missed a spot, the whole top crown of my head. So for any barbershops or stylists out there that want to cut my hair, you cut my hair, we'll put you on the radio for free. How about that?
Sounds like a deal to me.
I mean, you cut my
Jeez.
hair for 20, whatever it costs, $20 to cut my hair, and then we'll put you on a free advertisement on the radio, and we'll name drop you all over social media. That sound good? Fix
Dude.
me up. Maybe
Dude.
take a couple of years off.
It's funny. He doesn't even like come to me when he just gives stuff away. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just give you my real estate. It's great.
All right, hit us
It's
up.
good.
You can call me directly. I'll
Good.
give out my phone number, 510-861-1541. 510-861-1541. If you want to cut my hair, we'll shout out you on the radio.
All right. So we're going to do some Ben insurance.
We are. It's about that time for the most exciting subject of the day.
That's right.
All right. So what are we getting into?
Insurance. Well, 'tis the season for...
Tis the season to
be
get
robbed.
robbed.
We did not plan that. You're so on the same page. Oh, God. Are you in my brain right now?
I'm in something.
Oh, Lord. So right now is the highest theft season of the year. Unfortunately, it is, of course, the season of joy, but it's also the season of heartache for those that don't have the right insurance on their homeowner's insurance or on their auto insurance.
All right, so let's put something into perspective here. Okay, so you go to work, you're working your butt off.
Yeah.
You've been putting money away since like July, August for you to buy your children whatever it is you wanted for Christmas, whatever your kids wanted. Let's say you've got an 8-year-old, okay, and his big toy this year is he wanted like the new Ferrari Power Wheel, and you spent like $400 on it or something, right?
This is
He
what you want, huh?
Well,
Let's be
I'm
honest.
gonna get one for my nephews. I'm gonna order one of those
It's really
little
for
Ferrari
him.
Power.
He's going to play with it more.
Yeah.
than the
They
kid.
have,
he will.
like a little joystick so you
See?
can drive
You
them
already
around.
know.
and stuff.
right.
No, but okay.
right,
So
so buy all these Christmas
Xbox.
gifts.
So
Too
nerd stuff then. Okay, they want computer games and Xbox games and stuff. Okay, but the bottom line is you spent like $600 and you worked hard for that stuff. And the wife wanted the diamond bracelet, okay? And you spent $1,000 on diamond bracelet. All these things are underneath the tree. The kids don't know what's down there. The wife doesn't know what's down there. You know what's down there. And some clown sees twinkly lights and knows what's underneath those twinkly lights as he's driving down your street. He can see through your window and knows where the Christmas tree is and where all the goodies are that are going to be there for Christmas and knows when you're home and when you're not.
Yep.
All right? Because people, what do they do when they leave? They turn their lights off. Except for the
Christmas tree.
Except for the twinkly lights. And they break in your home. And guess what? You have ADT. You already have your security system. But there's a delay because you don't have a company like iAlarm or Vivint or some of these others that send you the message. You have a security device that contacts a operator somewhere in Indonesia or something, and then they contact you by cell phone, and you're in a movie and your cell phone is off. And you don't get the message until you get out of the movie that your home's been burglarized and you've just lost all of those things. Were they insured?
Good question. So on a homeowner's insurance policy, your personal property is going to protect you for usually replacement cost on your personal property. So you need to make sure that that's an endorsement on your deck page. It says personal property replacement. If it does not say that, it means it's actual cash value, which means it's depreciated. So you're not going to get your full value. And then it's, of course, above your deductible. The problem lies where if you buy jewelry or, say, high-end computers, like you buy a new
Apple.
Mac, yeah, right. You buy a high-end bicycle, one of these bikes that are $2 or $3 grand.
My brother-in-law had it stolen out of the garage.
See, high-end golf clubs, collectible coins, and other things are also there's also limitations. All of these things have a cap, and so even though they haven't been opened yet by your kid or by your wife or by your husband,
They're not
they're
new
in your
anymore.
possession. They're in your possession, even though they're brand new. you may not get that full value. There's going to be a cap on a lot of those things. Jewelry is typically $500 to $1,000, and then there might be an overlaying aggregate $2,000 or $3,000 total, but there's a cap per item. So even though it's not opened yet, it's still in your possession, you need to call your insurance company, or your agent or broker like myself, and make sure that those are scheduled on your policy, because 70% of all thefts happen now, between the end, right after Black Friday typically, and between now and the end of the year.
The other thing that's crazy is people, they'll go to Arden Fair Mall, okay, high crime area, and you have a Mercedes S550, $100,000, $80,000 car, whatever, okay, and you left the window down, and they pop your door open, and all they do is take a quick camera phone image of your registration. They never stole anything. They never took anything. They lock your car back up. They go on their way. But they have your address. And 2 weeks later, they go to your fancy pants house, because obviously you can afford an $80,000, $100,000 car. You've got a nice garage that also has that stuff.
Right.
And then you've got a lot of toys inside your house.
Sometimes they'll even just steal the garage door opener if it's one of those portable ones. They'll just steal that, and you may not even notice it. And they have your address, they have your garage door opener, and guess what? They just got free access to your house.
Done. That's it.
So obviously, it's better to be safe than sorry. And my good friend Carl Gedris, who is the area manager for Vivint Home Automation, which I have personally, says it's better to be a year early than a day late.
Yeah.
And that goes for insurance. That goes for home security. Now is the time to make sure that you're protected, especially on your auto insurance too, because again, the thefts go on both sides of the coin, home and auto. My wife's car was actually stolen a couple of years ago out of our gated apartment complex. Stolen, drove out, and all the personal property that was in there went along with it. And even though we recovered the car a few days later,
Everything was gone.
Everything was gone, and the personal property is gone. So make sure that you have full coverage on your vehicles. Make sure that you have the right personal property coverage and scheduled property, and make sure that you call me to make sure that you're properly protected.
So bottom line, 'tis the season to lose everything.
Oh,
You know, you made a point. Don't leave your garage door opener in your car, and don't leave your registration in your car. Morning show producer here, a couple of years back, husband lived in a Sun City type community with the gym and this and that. The thieves were targeting the gym in the community, and they know you're in there for an hour. Went into the car, got the opener, had the address. Most people don't lock the door from the garage to the kitchen.
Nope.
Right.
So she was in taking a shower while the guys were stealing things from
my
the
gosh.
dining room and the kitchen. So when she comes out in her bathrobe, the laptop is missing, her purse is missing, the car keys are missing, all the things that she'd left on the dining room
Absolutely.
table. And she realized then that she had been robbed. But God help her had she come out while they were in the house.
Yeah, it could have been even worse.
And this is why we're approaching iAlarm as an advertiser to help people as well. I'm going to get into a couple things real quick, and then we're going to close out. Our Christmas and New Year's Eve shows are they're gonna be huge. Unbelievable. So we got 1 minute. Christmas. Our Christmas episode, we are not talking money absolutely at all. We are going to be talking joy. We're going to be talking family. We're going to be talking about where to go see the best Christmas lights.
Yeah,
You'll be
quality of
tuning
life.
in on Christmas Day at 10 p.m. with your family to find out where you're going to go see Christmas lights. And on New Year's Eve, we are going to have the only radio show in the region helping you do your countdown. The Good Life Radio Show, bringing the good life to Sacramento. We'll see you all next week.
Thanks for tuning in on the Good
Have a
Life
great
Radio
night.
Show. Thanks to Chris Chin for being here.
Thanks for having me, guys.
DJ Half and Half in the house. Go check
It's
them out at Mangoes.
Such a pleasure.
Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over,
Welcome to the good life.
and after all the talk, all I gotta say is,
Welcome to the good life.
you're welcome. You're all welcome.
Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Welcome to the good life.